Yeah, okay, the title might have been a little bit misleading, and I might have slightly exaggerated a bit, but there is some truth to this. My livelihood is dependent on my job and my side businesses, and a lot of my side businesses, they can't really function unless I have the proper tools to support them. So in a sense, yes, the Samsung T5 portable hard drive was a lifesaver. Now, I usually do video projects for clients here and there, but a couple months ago, I was asked to do a wedding, and this was my very first wedding ever. That's a whole different story, and there's a lot that I've learned from that experience. I will be covering that in a separate video, but for now, one of the things that actually helped me during that time was this portable Samsung T5 hard drive. I'm gonna be talking about how this could be an essential tool in your repository, especially if you're a filmmaker, a YouTuber, anybody who creates content, you should use one of these drives. And just as a side note, Samsung did not hire me to do this video. This is not sponsored by them in any way. I'm just giving you my real life experience of what it's like to use this drive on a daily basis. And if you really want to snag one of these things, I will include an affiliate link down below in the description for the T5 and the T7 hard drive. You can get them at an amazing price on Amazon, so go ahead and check them out. Now, solid state drives have become an increasingly common alternative to portable storage devices. Now, I'm talking about compared to the traditional means of storage, which are just regular laptop hard drives at 5400 or 7200 RPM. There's no such thing as RPM with solid state drives because there's no moving parts. Solid state drives are 10 times faster than traditional hard drives, and they can increase your boot time. So if you're using an operating system off of the drive, or you're using it for Final Cut, such as myself, this is the way to go. There's really no moving parts, so you're not prone to knocks and drops. Not to say that you can drop this thing, but I mean, if you do, it's not a big deal. Oh shit. There are a number of portable SSD manufacturers out there, but Samsung, in my opinion, is the best. And when I'm talking about the best, I'm talking about the iconic T5 and the T7 series. Now, the one that I have in my hand is the Samsung T5 series, the 1TB version, and it's been my go-to every single day since the day I got it. But I will be talking about the T7 throughout this video because that is naturally what I'm going to be upgrading to from this T5. Increased storage and the ability to use my fingerprint for security. Essentially, both drives are very similar in looks, and they are pocket-sized external SSDs for the casual user as well as the power user. Now, the T5 was launched in 2017. I just bought this recently and I am in love with it, so I cannot wait to see what the T7 has to offer. The T7 was introduced in 2020 with two different variants, the standard version and then the touch version with the fingerprint reader. Apparently the T7 also doubles the speed of the T5, but this thing is blazing fast, so I can't even imagine how the T7 will be. I'm gonna touch a little bit on specs here, just because a lot of this stuff is important when you're looking at whether you should buy the T5 or the T7. The T5 has transfer speeds of 540 megabits per second, whereas the T7 has transfer speeds of 1050 megabits per second. So yes, double the transfer rate. That is a major reason why you should probably pick the T7 if you can get it close to the same price as the T5. Now, in terms of capacity, the T5 gives you 250, 500, 1TB, and 2TB variants, whereas the T7 gives you 500, 1TB, and 2TB variants. Now in 2022, I don't see anybody wanting to go for the 250GB variant. Hey, but if that's you, all power to you. When we're talking about dimensions and weight, it doesn't really differ, so I'm not even going to cover that. But when it comes to interface, we're talking about a minor difference that creates a huge leap in speed. The T5 has a USB Type-C 3.1 Gen 2 interface, and the T7 has a USB 3.2 Gen 2 interface. Now, the price is what really sets these two apart. But right now in 2022, you can probably find the T5 and the T7 at a really good discount. I went for the T5 because the 1TB version was on sale, and so far I'm loving it. Like I mentioned before, I can run Final Cut libraries right off the drive itself. My favorite part about this drive is the build and the construction. It's made with an aluminum shell just around, with plastic around the sides, but it feels really solid in your hand and it's super portable. So I can literally fit this in the palm of my hand right here. Samsung actually claims that the T7 and the T5 can handle drops from about 2 meters. So I think you're pretty good there in terms of reliability and portability. Okay, now how well can they read data? Now again, Samsung claims that the T7 is twice as fast as the T5. Now with the Samsung T7, we're looking at 1050 megabits per second read and 1000 megabits per second write. With the Samsung T5 in real world usage, I've been getting about 500 megabits per second read and about 480 write. So that's not bad at all. But the T7 will double that, so that's on my radar. Okay, what are we looking at in terms of price here? Well, the prices are listed down below in my Amazon links, and they vary from day to day, from month to month. It's all dependent on where you look. I got a really good deal on this one. I got it for 110 Canadian dollars. So the prices do fluctuate. I'm not gonna be covering that completely here, but you can check it out in the links down below. So what do I think of the Samsung T5 portable SSD? Well, this is gonna be my go-to companion for the foreseeable future, at least until I get the T7. But even when I get the T7, that's not gonna replace it. It's just going to complement it. The read and write speeds on this thing are insanely fast, and I've been using it again for my Final Cut libraries, so that's not going to change anytime soon. I'll be using it for the cache, I'll be using it for the libraries itself. There's all sorts of things that I can use this 1 terabyte drive for. Do you own the Samsung T5 or the T7? Let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know your experience on it. Or do you own something else that works better for you? I would love to know, because I'm open to trying out different products that work best for me. I'm not loyal to one brand specifically. Hey, I appreciate you watching this video to the end. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Jer. Don't forget, when it comes to tech, the Tech Vengers are there. We got your back.